In the heart of an abandoned village, nestled between two silent hills, lay an old forgotten cemetery. Time had erased most of its paths. The grass had grown wild and tall. Tombstones leaned at odd angles, and even the bravest villagers never stepped foot past the rusted gate. At the center stood a stone crypt, no windows, no name, just a door sealed shut by time and fear. No one remembered who was buried there, and no one wanted to. But one day, the door was slightly open. Max, a young historian chasing forgotten legends for his research, arrived in the village with a backpack, a notebook, and too much curiosity. The locals gave him the usual warning. "Don't go near the crypt," an old man said, not even meeting his eyes. "It doesn't belong to this world." But of course, that was the kind of warning Max couldn't resist. He visited the cemetery while the sun still lingered. The sky was heavy, the clouds unmoving. No birds, no wind, not even the buzzing of flies. A strange rot hung in the air, as if something beneath the ground had been disturbed long ago and never settled. And then he saw it. The crypt's stone door stood ajar, just a crack, but enough to reveal blackness, not emptiness, but a thick, pressing darkness. Max turned on his flashlight and stepped inside. It wasn't a burial chamber. There were no coffins, no bones, just four walls, each carved with symbols he couldn't read. They glowed faintly red, pulsing as if alive. Then came the whispers. At first soft, barely there, but they surrounded him, not coming from one place, but from everywhere. The walls, the ceiling, the floor beneath his feet. And somehow he understood them. "Come closer." The light in his hand flickered. He tightened his grip, heart racing. But something inside him, something primal, urged him forward. He took one step, then another. The deeper he went, the louder the whispers became. Not screaming, not harsh, but intimate, like breath on his neck. Then he saw it. In the center of the floor, a shallow pit, and inside it, a mirror. Old, cracked, but reflecting nothing. Not him, not the light, just the same darkness he'd stepped into. He knelt, mesmerized. The whispers became voices, dozens, hundreds, each one calling his name. "Max, Max, you've returned? I've never been here," he whispered. "Yes, you have," they replied. "In dreams, and lives before this one. You opened the door once, long ago." He reached out to touch the mirror. The second his fingers grazed its surface, cold shot through his veins. Not physical cold, a memory, a funeral, screams, dirt, nails scratching from inside a coffin. His body jolted back, but the whispers wrapped around him like vines. "Remember us." He stood up, stumbling backward. The flashlight hit the ground and went out. Total blackness, except for the whispers. He ran, ing, or at least he thought he did. But when he burst out of the crypt and into the lightless cemetery, the door behind him was gone. The crypt still stood, but sealed, as if it had never opened, as if it had never let him in. But something had changed. The air, the silence, the way the shadows curled around the gravestones. And Max? He could still hear them. Every night since, whether in the city or on the road, in sleep or wide awake, the whispers come back, calling his name.